Hi children, welcome to the world of history. I am Robinson, Department of Social Science, Bharathidhasanar Matriculation Higher Secondary School. So today we are going to continue the lesson World War I. In that we are going to give an importance to study the causes of the World War I. So we know that the World War I is mainly occurred in the place of European continent. We need to know what are the countries took part in it. So we need to know the first country's name. Actually there are almost 15 to 16 countries were take part in it. Among that the major role played by European countries. So that is only we are going to plot first. So the first country that is known as United Kingdom, that is known as England, and second one is Belgium, third one is France, fourth one is Italy, fifth one that is Serbia, sixth one that is Russia, and seventh one Romania, eighth one that is USA. So these are the countries that took part in the side of Allies. So they were one team, and another team that is called as in the Central Powers. The Central Powers they are nothing but they were Germany, second one that is Austria, third one that is Hungary, fourth one is Turkey. So these are the countries they are belongs to the in the side of Central Powers. Among these group of people only there was a fight. That fight is called as in World War I. Let's start the first war begin in which place. So first war was held in the place of European continent. We know that that is divided into two, the Central Powers. The Central Powers namely Germany, Austria-Hungary, Turkey and Bulgaria. Just now only we plot it. And the Italy is a country. It was a part of Central Power in the year of 1882. So there was a treaty was signed in the year of 1882 under the leadership of Bismarck. It consists of a plenty of nations, that is only is known as Germany, Austria-Hungary, not Turkey. Instead of Turkey there was an Italy. But unfortunately what was happened? Outbreak of World War I, Italy is not joined in the side of Central Power. It came out from that. Why? Because there is a place called Trentino. This place was in the side of Austria and Hungary territory. In that place the people of Italians they lived lot. So what was happening? Italy they wanted to get the place of Trentino. At that time it got the support of the Germany. But what happened? Germany is not ready to give the support for the Italy. Then what was happened? The Italy came out from the Central Power and it followed the neutral policy. But at that time only in the year of 1915 it signed a treaty with both France and Britain secretly. The treaty is called is nothing but Treaty of London. So according to that only the Italy joined in the side of Allies power. It take part in the World War I in the year of 1916. Okay, this is one side. The another side that is known as the Allies. The Allies it consists of Russia, France, Britain, Italy, the USA, which means United States, Belgium, Serbia, Romania, Greece. These are the countries where in the side of Allies. But among that the Russia, France, Britain, Italy, USA only played a major role. The remaining countries they joined with Allies during the time of World War I. For example, 1916 and 17, Romania and Greece were joined in the side of Allies. So it shows that plenty of countries were in the side of Allies. So among these group of countries only there was a fight. So between Central Power and the Allies. The Allies only got the successor of the World War I. Central Powers they lost it in the World War I. So we need to know that. And then here the America, a very important country. Why? Because the course of the World War I was totally changed because of the entry of the USA. So first 3 years of the World War I it followed the neutrality, which means it never supported neither central power nor the allies. It is followed in neutral powers. But after the sinking of the ship of USA called Lusitania, then only the USA people enter into an World War I in the side of allies. So the changes this comes in the people of allies, so they got in power with the entry of USA and they are the successor of the World War I. So that is the second group of the battle. Now we are move on to first battle. Actually the World War I is tried to stopped by a number of people. Among that, the ruler of Russia called Tsar Nicholas II, he wanted to stop the World War I. For that he conducted a World Peace Conference. So he conducted the World Peace Conference in the place of Holland, exactly in Hague. Do you know, students, where the Holland is located? Actually the Holland is located in the place of Netherlands. In that place only it is located. At the time of 1899 and 1907, he wanted to make a peace. So he conducted conference. Unfortunately, no one is ready to accept his view. Then it becomes as a failure. Then what was happened? Russia joined in the side of the allies. Then only it is made a good friend of Britain and France. We have to remember in the year of 1907 only the Triple Entente was begin. So three countries, Britain, France and Russia, they became as a good friend in the year of 1907. So that is the one. And now first place of the World War begin. So the World War was begin in the place of western side of Europe. So which side is west? We need to know. We just divided this world map, particularly Europe map, into two sides. So this side is in west, the another side is east. So east and west. So you have to look out that where the Belgium is located. Why? Because the first battle started in the place of Belgium. So here is in Belgium. The people of German, very close to that, the German people attacked Belgium. Belgium is a country, it followed a neutral power. It never supported both central at the same time allies. It followed the policy of neutral policy, but unfortunately what was happened? The German people, they attacked. It created huge tension for the people of the French. Why? Because the people of French, they are in the side of allies, automatically they are against the Germans. So what was happened? The burden of the France is increased. They need to fight against the Germany. At the same time, they need to give an importance for the protection of Belgium. So the tension is increased in the mindset of French people. This is known as the war in West Front. The Western Front war is also called as a French Front, which means it happened in the place of the boundary of the France, so that only this is called as a France Front also. And second one is the Battle of Tnenberg. Students, you need to know where the Tnenberg is located. The Tnenberg, it is located in the place of at present Germany. In the time of 1914, it is called as an East Prussia. In that place only there was a fight between two countries, namely Russia and Germany. So Russia started to invading the place of Germany, but what was happened? Russia was facing plenty of failures. It could not defeat the German forces. Why? Because the Russian people, they were not gained full support. At the same time, they were not equipped and trained in army wise. So everywhere they got a number of losses, both material wise and human life. So number of humans, they lost their life, at the same time materials also lost by the people of the Russians. It shows that the Russia is failed in the battle of Tnenberg. And after that, the French, they relieved the pressure. Why they got relief from the pressure? In the sense, while the Russia attacking Germany, what was happened? the people of Germans, they are get back from the France and they are focusing to attack Russia. When they are going to attack Russia, what was happened? The people of French people, they got some kind of relaxation and they feel pressure, and it created a number of chances for the French people to fight against the Germans, at the same time to plan fight against the Germans also. So that only here they mentioned French relieved the pressure, they became a relaxed one. And after that, the battle of Marne. The Marne is nothing but, that is one river name. Where it is located, sir? It is located in the place of France. Actually, this is a physical feature of France. We know that the capital of France is nothing but Paris. In the place of Paris only there is a river that is called as Marne river. In that place only there is a fight. In that fight, it created a number of credit to the people of France. Not only France, at the same time the Britishers also. The French people, they protect and push back the German force from the France. Why? Because the people of Germans, they enter in the northeastern side of France and they got some kind of success. So the people of French people, they started to pushing the German from their own territory with the support of the people of Britain only. The soldiers stood in the ditches and they fight against the opponent, which is known as the enemy. So they fight the enemies. The same time they dug the trenches in the zigzag manner, so that only the opposite person could not stand particular place and the person could not fight. At the same time, the trenches used for the purpose of to communicate and then sending the messages. At the same time, the new soldiers can enter, food supplies and everything is reached for the people of the French people, at the same time the German people, through the trenches only. And it gave a number of changes in the World War I, so that only this is also called as a trench warfare, otherwise Battle of Marne. It given success for both the people of Britain and France. Next we are going to see about Battle of Verdun. Actually the Verdun, it is a fort. This fort is located in the place of France. So we know that the Germans, they are continuously attacking France. In the year of 1916, July, this war came to an end. Actually it started in the month of February. It continued still July. So within a 5 months there was a fight. In that fight, the people of French, they started to against the actions of the Germans totally. Why? Because to save the place of Verdun fort, because that is very important fort for the people of French. So they started to fight against it. In this battle, the people of French, they started to getting a success with the support of this friend is called Britain. So the river Somme. Before we are going to study about river Somme, we need to know how many people took part in the Battle of Verdun. Actually 2 million people took part in the Battle of Verdun. Among that, half of them were died, they lost their life. So 1 million people, they died in the Battle of Verdun. Even though the people of French people, they got success end of this war with the support of Britain. So that only I mentioned the river Somme. So river Somme, in that place, this is also a part of French. In that place, the Britain people, they stood against the German force. In this battle, what was happened? In the day itself, 20,000 people, they lost in the side of Britain. So 20,000 people, they died in the river Somme battle. At the end of the battle, the Britain only got success, the German got failed. So it shows that the French people, they got success in Battle of Verdun. At the same time, river Somme battle, the Britain got success. It shows that the German failed. Why? Because there is a number of changes has come. Why? Because the people of Britishers and French, they join together, they fight against the people of Germans at that time. The next topic, that is war in Eastern Front. The war in Eastern Front are otherwise called the war in Russia. Why? Because this battle happened in the place of the boundary of the Russia. So in this place, so Russia, they start to enter in the eastern side of Europe to fight against the people of Austria. Here the place of Austria. So Russian people attacking the Austria, and they got a number of success. But what was happened? The people of Germany joined with the Austria and they started to fight against the Russia. End of this battle, war in Eastern Front, the people of Russians, they faced a failure. Why? Because the force of the Russia, they were not equipped. They doesn't have a number of modern weapons. So that only they faced a number of failures. End of this battle, they signed a treaty. The treaty called is Brest-Litovsk in the year of 1918. Do you know, students, who signed this treaty? This treaty was signed by the person Vladimir Lenin. How he became as a leader of Russia, we need to know. Why? Because in the year of 1917, there was a Russian revolution. In that Russian revolution, the Tsar power is overthrown, which means the kingship rule is to overthrown from the Russia. Instead of that, the people start to rule. The first person, the Vladimir Lenin only, is going to rule the place of Russia in the year of 1917 onwards. So when he became as a ruler, he signed a treaty, the treaty called the Treaty of Brest-Litovsk in the year of 1980. So according to this treaty, 3 places was given to the Germany by Russia. The place namely Lithuania, Latvia and Estonia. So these are the places given by the Russia to Germany. So this is the outcome of the Battle of Eastern Front. Next, now we are going to give an importance for the minor theatres. So far we read the major countries, how they took part, where they fought and who got success, that is we read. But now we are going to study about small countries' actions in the World War I. Among that first one, that is in the Middle East. Middle East is nothing but the Middle East. In the Middle East of Europe, the people of Turkey, we know that the Turkey in the side of Central Power. So I just recall the countries in the side of Central Powers: Germany, Austria-Hungary, Bulgaria, Turkey. So these are the countries in the side of Central Power. The another side, they are called as an allies. They were Britain, France, Russia, the USA, Romania, Serbia, Greece. These are the countries. So the fight between Turkey and the Britain. Actually, very beginning of this battle, Turkey got a success by capturing Mesopotamia and Gallipoli. At the same time, it tried to capture the place called Suez Canal, but unfortunately what was happened? This was stopped by the people of Britishers. At the same time, the Britishers started to fight against the Turkey, so it started to attacking in the place called Iran. The first attack from the side of Britain is nothing but Turkey in Iran. So in the place of Iran, Britain started attacking Turkey, so Turkey got failed. And second one, they attacked the place called Palestine and Syria. You know, students, there was one group of people, they started to raising the voice against the government. So there was a revolution. The nationalism was raised in the place of Arab nation under the leadership of a British agent. He is an engineer. The person used this chance to capture the place of the Constantinople. But unfortunately what was happened? The people of Turkish, they fight against this action bravely and they defeated this revolution. This is the outcome of the minor theatres, especially in Middle East. Now we are going to the Far East. forest in which place? It held in the place of our own continent, particularly in China and Japan. We know that China is very weak in those times, but Japan, it became as the strongest nation in Asia in the year of 1900 itself. So Japan started to make a threat of China, so it started to capture one place. The place is called Kaichou. So Kaichou, it is a place, it is a part of Shantung Island. We know that the Shantung Island once upon a time under the control of Germans. But now what was happened? German, they gave the place to the China. But the Japanese people, they annexed that place and they started to get a number of concession and privileges from the people of Chinese. The Chinese people could not reject that. Why? Because they are weak. They are not very well developed. So they need to obey to the Japanese actions. So this is a very small message about the Far East War. And next, the Balkan War. Actually, the Balkan War is the very important war for the beginning of World War I. We know that the immediate cause of the World War I. The Francis Ferdinand, he was assassinated by the Serbian lad in the year of 1914 in the month of June 28. That is the huge cause became as the World War I. So the countries like Austria, Bosnia, Hungary, Macedonia, Greece, Albania, Serbia, Bulgaria, Romania. These are the major countries. They were called as in Balkan countries. Among that, the Austria and the Bulgaria, they are in the side of Central Powers. What about the country Serbia? We know that the Serbia is a country in the side of the Allies, which means the British side. Now, Austria, Bulgaria, they joined with Germany. So, three countries, they were joined as a team. They fight against Serbia. So, Serbia was defeated. While seeing this, what was happened? Romania is a country joined in the side of Allies. So that only we read in the year of 1916 and 17, the Romania and the Greece, they joined in the side of Allies. So the Serbia was defeated in the Battle of Balkan. But what was happened? The strength of Allies increased with the introduction of the Romania and Greece. At the same time, the Romania was defeated by the people of Bulgaria, Austria and Germany. So this is the war about the Balkans. The fate of colonies of Germany. Actually, the people of Germans, they got a few colonies in African continent during the time of 1870s afterwards. Why? Because the Germany was unified only in the year of 1870 and they start to produce a number of commodities, goods and everything. They doesn't have a number of colonies under their control. They start to involve capturing the colonies after 1870s. So they captured a number of colonies in African continent, but unfortunately they could not hold it. Why? Because they are very busy with the World War I. So the people of Britishers, they gave an importance to capture the places of African continent. At that time only, the German, they lost the colonies in the place of African continent. So this is about the loss of German colonies in African continent. And here the Austrian sloth, the Italy people, they fell down. We know that the Italy, it is followed the neutral powers until in the year of 1915. So 1916 only they started to enter in the World War I in the side of Allies. So what it created? It started to protect against the actions of Austria, but until the entry of German only. So until the entry of German, the people of Italy, they are attacking the Austria. But what was happened? When the German entered into the war, the people of Italy, they faced failures. And they could not stop the actions of both Austria and Germany. This is a very small event in the World War I. It shows that the Italy people, they could not fight against it. And next one is, which are the places came under the control of the Central Powers? Students, I wanted to recall who were called as the Central Powers. The Central Powers, namely Germany, Austria-Hungary, Italy. Italy will not come. Why? Because Italy came out from the Central Power, and instead of Italy, Turkey joined with them, and Bulgaria. So, Germany, Austria-Hungary, Turkey, Bulgaria. These are the countries, they were called as the Central Powers. They got a number of success. The places called Belgium, France. Here I mentioned the France, but the Central Power, they didn't capture the full part of France. They captured only the northeastern side of the France only. And second one is the Poland. Poland was captured, Serbia was captured, Romania, you have to remember. So, Romania was joined in the side of Allies after the defeating of Serbia, which means 1916 only it joined. But even though the Romania was defeated by the Central Power, and it is in the side of Central Power during the time of World War I. Here I mentioned the epicenter is Western Front. Actually, the World War I is majorly played in the place of European continent, particularly in the side of Western. So, the people of Western Europeans, they gave a number of attention to capture the places. Why? Because the France, Britain, everything located in the place of Western side only. Even the Germans also, they wanted to capture all the places. So, the battle is held in the place of North Sea. The North Sea, which is located very close to the Denmark, Netherlands, Belgium, these are the places. So, when they are giving importance to capture the places of Belgium, Netherlands, Denmark, it started to involve in the sea war. So, we know that the England is a country who was the very strongest nation, not who was. Even now also, this is the country very strongest in navy. But Germans, they wanted to defeat the people of Britishers. So, they started to involve in the actions of the navy fight. In that time, what was happened? The people of Germans, women and children, they suffered very lot. The name of food, they doesn't have a number of food to eat. So, they suffered very lot. A number of people, they lost their life also. This was happened. I told you know the German people, they have started to capturing the places of England. At that time, they start to attacking the London. We know that the capital of England is nothing but London. At the same time, it is an important port also. So, this port was attacked by the people of Germans, and it created a number of loss to the people of the Britishers. This is called as a navy fight. The same time here, the entry of USA. How the USA entered into an World War I. Very beginning of this video session we read. First 3 years, USA didn't take part in the World War I. But it entered because of one action. Before we are going to start that action, we need to know some kind of battles. In the year of 1916, there was a battle is called Battle of Jutland. It is very close to the Denmark. In that place only there was a fight. In that fight, what was happened? The people of Germany and the England, they fought. Unfortunately, what was happened? It created a number of loss to the people of both Britain and Germany. At that time, the German people, they declared, we will surely attack all the battleships, even though the ship belongs to a neutral powers. So, it is said by the people of Germany, they started to attacking. So, almost 16 battleships and then submarines was attacked by the people of the Germans only in the year of 1917. It shows that the German powers is great power during the year of 1917. At that time only, the ship called Emden, it came to India. Why? Because India is a part of Britain colony. So it came to India, and particularly it came to our Madras province, particularly in Chennai. So Chennai harbor was attacked by the German submarine. It is called Emden. It came in the year of 1917 January. So this is about the submarine, which means naval battle, and it created one biggest mistake. The Germans created biggest mistake is nothing but the sinking of Lusitania ship. The Lusitania ship, this is the ship belongs to the USA. This was attacked by the people of Germans in the year of 1917. In this battle, or in this sinking of the ship, the USA people, they lost their life. It created huge tension in the minds of the USA President Woodrow Wilson. So the president, he declared war against the people of Germans. With the entry of USA in World War I, it given a number of chance for the people of Allies to get success in World War I. So with the entry of USA only, the people of Allies power, they got success. At the same time, the people of Russia, they removed and they escaped from the World War I. Why? Because the political situation of the Russia is too bad. So they get back from the World War I. After that only, the people of USA, they entered by the actions of Lusitania ship sunk by the Germans. When the USA is entered, the total course of the World War I was changed the side of Allies power, and the successor of the World War I, they became as the Allies power. So World War I, it came to an end in the year of 1918. Thank you. Students, I hope today we learned plenty of messages, particularly about the World War I. So what is your work? You need to go through all the study material, question bank, YouTube link, PowerPoint presentation, self-assessment test and everything. Kindly go through that and study well and become as an enlightened student. Thank you.